The Director General for National Communication Authority, Mr. Joe Hanoche, at the press briefing on the 26th April 2023, established that National Communication Authority assured its value consumer on their registration information safety that NCA is ready to work with stakeholders to ensure continuous integrity of the SIM registration in Ghana.
Role of SIM registration exercise cannot be overlooked. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's digital transformation agenda is anchored in part on a credible SIM register and a competitive telecommunication industry. It is therefore worth mentioning that the secure and credible SIM database that has been established since the commencement of the exercise will eventually prevent fraudulent activities in relation to SIM-based transactions. Further, the exercise will create a safe ambience for consumers to use communication services. For the purpose of today's press conference, we will focus on two areas. Area number one, a directive by the NCA to an MNO to suspend its service for a number of reasons. And number two, we will explain the SIM registration exercise, the journey so far, and address some of the issues of concern that have been reported in the various media outlets in the past few weeks. So we begin with a briefing on MTN Zones Bundle, which is part of a broader regulatory. MTN was identified as SMB in retail mobile voice market with a market share of 46%. In October 2019, the NCA commenced a review of competition in the market using monthly and quarterly data statistics from the industry. The review established that MTN fits the definition of a significant market power in the retail mobile voice, data, and SMS markets. Hence, MTN was formally declared SMB in October of 2020. 7 remedial measures were put in place. Now, for the purpose of time and relevance of the discussion today, I'll just concentrate on three of them. But 7 remedies were put in place. Now, these include all pricing by MTN shall be subject to review and approval by NCA. 2, MTN tariffs shall conform to the following. A, MTN should have the same tariffs for both on-net and off-net voice calls and SMS. B, MTN should not charge lower than the other MNOs for voice, SMS, and data, meaning they cannot be the lowest in the market. MTN should not charge off-net calls below wholesale interconnect rates. Again, these are just three of the 7. Now, so far, MTN has been in compliance with all the SMP measures. However, in January 2023, NCA took note of an MTN product called MTN Data Zone Bundle, a 24-hour data bundle which offered discounts of up to 35% for the various data allocations. Some market players raised concerns about the predatory nature of this package. Consequently, the NCA engaged MTN and reviewed the products. It was found that for a number of price points, the MTN Data Zone Bundle was the lowest in the market in violation of the SMP directive. Also, the required prior approval was not obtained before the product was rolled out. Further, the license obligation of all MNOs to publish their tariffs, including the terms and conditions, was not adhered to in respect of this product. MTN was therefore directed to discontinue the product until such time that all violations have been remedied. After a series of engagement with the authority, MTN complied with the directives and the product was withdrawn on 5th April 2023. MTN has since submitted a revised data zone bundle, which has been approved by the authority for implementation. It is our expectation that the product will soon be available to customers. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion in this session, we'd like to assure consumers and the general public that the regulatory interventions resulting from the classification of MTN as SME are intended to sustain choice for consumers and to protect consumer interests regarding the provisions of innovative services and competitive pricing. The protection of competition in the marketplace will protect the interests of consumers in the long term. I now bring you a briefing of the SIM registration exercise and the journey so far. A lot of background, a lot of history of SIM registration exercise. This is the second time the SIM registration exercise is being conducted. For those of you who may recall, the first SIM registration exercise commenced on 1st July 2010 and was supposed to run for a year. The exercise was, however, extended and the Subscriber Identity Module Registration Regulation 2011 LI 2006 was enacted to govern the process. The registration and verification of SIMs and IDs used were the responsibilities of the MNOs per LI 2006. The exercise also began with no verification of IDs used until the NCA set up a temporary SIM registration unit where only manual verification of passports was used for SIM registration. With manual verification, your guess is as good as mine with regard to error. Let me quickly take you through some of the challenges with the previous SIM registration exercise. The previous SIM registration exercise recorded some challenges which impacted the integrity of SIM databases held by the network operators. These included the use of a manual and unsustainable verification process for the passport for the exercise, as explained above. There was no limit on the number of SIM cards registered by individuals. Lack of verification, which allowed agents of the MNOs to use IDs of unsuspecting individuals as well as invalid IDs to pre-register SIMs for sale. It's a lack of central SIM registration database that will allow NCA to independently and adequately monitor the registrations that had been completed as well as activities of MNOs regarding the SIM registration. It's the use of multiple IDs for registration of SIMs. There's also the inability of security and law enforcement agencies to trace IDs of individuals involved in SIM-related breaches of the law. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the current SIM registration and the modalities. In light of the above, and to address the identified gap, the Honorable Minister for Communication and Digitalization, Honorable Ursula Owusu-Ekufo, issued a policy directive on the current SIM registration exercise, which commenced on October 1st, 2021, in line with government's digital transformation agenda. Following the announcement, NCA began implementation of the SIM registration exercise in collaboration with the following stakeholders. All the MNOs participated. It says MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo, Glo, and they all participated. The broadband wireless access providers, government ministries and agencies, including Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, the National Information Technology Agency, NITA, Registrar General Department, Ghana Immigration Service, Data Protection Commission, National Identification Authority. To continuously support and guide the exercise, two stakeholder committees, technical and communications, were put together. An operational support center, OSC, was also set up to provide assistance to consumers and the general public on issues relating to the registration here at the NCA. So what are the modalities of the current SIM registration? After extensive engagement with identified stakeholders, the following modalities were put in place to guide the implementation of the SIM registration exercise. The use of Ghana card for registration of SIMs in accordance with National Identity Register Regulations 2012 LI 2111 and Subscriber Identity Module Registration Regulations 2011 LI 2006.
Thank you for watching Nation One TV. Kindly subscribe for more news updates.